And news is coming in of God Almighty descending in a cloud of glory to judge all mankind. It has been confirmed by reliable sources that this is Judgment Day. God has proclaimed it thus. But the Prime Minister has challenged his jurisdiction. And she's called a snap election on the issue of who runs the country. Over now to Kate Burdett at the judgment scene.
Well, here I am at the scene. You can see the purple clouds of glory behind me, something of a disappointment perhaps, and there's been a bit of understandable panic amongst sinners, particularly those who've been on Club 18 to 30 holidays. In the distance I can hear thunderbolts rending the air asunder, and only moments ago the firmament was crossed by dozens and dozens of blazing chariots. And the big question is, why weren't the local emergency services prepared? I have with me Councillor Norman Stone. Norman, what went wrong?
Well, basically, at times like this, the Tory government's cutbacks come home to roost. Nicholas Ridley has totally failed to give us the resources that we need to deal with God's divine wrath. We've sent out the gritting lorries, we've cancelled parking restrictions.
I'm sorry, Norman, I'm going to have to cut you off there and return to the studio.
I have with me here the Bishop of Durham. Bishop, of course, theologically you've often argued that God is not just an angry old man with a long white beard, but he is. Look, live television there. What do you say to that?
Outwardly he does look quite angry, I agree. But he is the God
We've
of
just
love.
heard that he's put a reward out for you, Bishop, for your statement earlier in the year that he might be a woman. Obviously didn't go down too well.
No, you see, in the spiritual context, what I actually said was...
Yeah, well, he seems to have spotted you, Bishop.
Jesus.
The Bishop of Durham there. More judgment news coming in. Robert Maxwell has erupted in boils. And 14 people have been killed in the explosion. Rod Stewart has just become a Christian. And so have I. Chelsea 0, Charlton 1. Judgment Day not changing Johnny Hollin's luck there. Someone has punched Cliff Richard for walking around with a smug grin on his face. And Sir Alistair Burnett has brought out an ITN book called A Royal Armageddon, with 62 colour photographs of the Prince and Princess of Wales chatting with angels, etc. Over back now to Kate Burdett.
Well, things are going reasonably smoothly here, and the latest news, for those of you who think you might be sinners, is that office parties don't count, and that's official. And I gather that the Almighty is about to greet the chosen with a welcoming speech.
Hello there. I'll be on. Oh, testing. Well, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. No. Well, I'll try not to spread this speech out till eternity. No. I'd like to welcome you, the chosen, here today. And looking at you reminds me of the funny story about the travelling salesman. And he stops over one night at the farm. Well, the farmer has 3 very, very beautiful daughters. Gabriel, come here. Yes, love? These are the chosen, aren't they? Yes, love? Yeah, just that bloke over there looks a bit like Colonel Gaddafi. Anyway, so this travelling salesman, he says to the farmer, look, I'd like to stay here the night, you see. No,
It is Colonel Gaddafi.
He's a bit of a surprise choice for the chosen, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Right. Anyway, the fact that Gabriel, who are those 2 blokes down there?
Which 2?
The ones who look like the Craig twins.
Oh,
Yes, standing next to the bloke in the funny moustache and the Nazi uniform keeps doing this.
yeah,
And the bloke at the back in the Ugandan kilt, the big black chap, yes, standing next to Joe Stalin, just behind Dr. Crippen, next to Vlad the Impaler, just in front of Hurricane Higgins.
Lord, I know what you're thinking.
Oh no, I don't believe it.
What?
He's waving at me.
Who?
Richard Nixon, how embarrassing.
Oh, Lord! I know what's happened.
What?
Bloody computer error.
What the bloody hell is going on? How come I end up with Mother Teresa of Calcutta and Bob Geldof?
Here is the money now.
Shut up, Bob. Look at this. Albert Schweitzer, Florence Nightingale, Francis of Assisi. Hey, no pets. I've had enough of this, you know. If anyone wants me, I'm torturing Julie Andrews, all right?